Hey everyone, we're back with another episode of Two Straws. I never know where to put it.
We're recording. We're already done it. We're in this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
We have a really amazing guest today. We have our fellow strawweight contender, Cory Mckenna, that I'm going to bring on a stage right now. Hey, Cory.
Hey.
3 straws.
Well, Jess is a confused atomweight, I heard.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's like a bantamweight right now, but we're not supposed to talk about it.
Wow.
It went up from last night. Last night you were flyweight. Today you're bantamweight.
Do you see what I have to deal with her? Like
every single day. You're living the dream. It's right. I'm jealous. I wish I was eating good right now.
No, the body image issues I have.
Are you comfortable with saying how much you weigh right now?
I ain't telling them. I'm on track though. I'm closer than usually this far out, so we're ahead of schedule, so it's going to be nice and easy.
Cool.
You know, those are famous last words. Famous last words.
I know. I'm going to knock on some wood real quick.
Yeah, you go do that. Go burn some sage. Like, pray to the MMA gods that they don't punish you for doing that.
The PI gods.
Oh.
It's always the way. It's always the ones where I'm like, oh, this is going to be the easiest cut ever. Like, I remember UFC London was the worst cut I've ever done, and it was probably the smallest cut I've ever done. We cut weight from like 8 p.m. to 5 a.m., and we took like a 30-minute break. It got to the point where like they were just locking me in the sauna. Like, it just wouldn't come off. I don't know if it was the flight or like something got messed up. Like, I had a lot more media, so I feel like one of the days I maybe like messed up my water load a little bit. But yeah, it was like the worst cut ever. And then I'll have like a big cut and it'll just boom, come straight off. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't trust myself anymore.
It's crazy how that happens. Every weight cut is kind of like a science experiment, right? Like I used to did you guys do science experiments in your schools in Wales?
Yeah.
Cumbran. How do you say the place that you're from?
Cumbran.
Cumbran? Okay, that's what I thought, but the W was fucking me up. I wasn't sure.
The W is like a U. So it's Cumbran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys did like the science fairs where you had to come up with a hypothesis and
we did that in class. We didn't really have like science fairs and stuff. Like it wasn't as big a deal, yeah.
We're really science.
We celebrate science.
You guys, that's one thing I've noticed. You guys celebrate everything. Like any excuse to like celebrate. Like Americans
everybody
just
gets a ribbon.
Yeah.
Even like 10th place gets a ribbon. Nobody's left out.
We love science until we graduate from elementary school. Then no more science for us Americans.
That's funny.
Yeah, but that's what weight cutting feels like to me. Is it kind of like that with you? Like every cut's different, or do you have a system now?
I pretty much follow the same system. It's just every now and then, like my body will either play extra nice or be a little like it's like I feel like I've got a system and it works. It's just it's not the same every single time. You know what I mean? It could be I'm like, you're both strawweight women. We know it could be like a different time of the month, and your body's just like, nope, we don't play today. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I've got a system and it works every time. You know what I mean? I haven't missed weight ever, and I never will. But you know, I can't speak on how easy or hard it'll be.
You better knock that wood again.
Don't knock on wood, girl. What are you doing?
I'm on a wood table right now purely for this reason.
With fire.
Oh gosh, fingers crossed.
Yeah, you got this. You got this. Well, since you're pretty good with weight, like what have you been focusing on the most since the last one? I know you don't want to give up too much game plan stuff, but generally, can you say like what you've been up to?
Yeah, I mean, I went down to San Diego, trained a little bit with some all right people. I guess they were pretty cool.
Did you?
Yeah, they were kind of cool, but I don't want to like get their heads any bigger than they already are. So you know,
Who was your favorite? Who's your favorite?
Oh well, one of them had an injury and didn't really train with me that much. So I'm like 8 hours away right now, so I can talk smack.
Right? Talking mad shit. You know, San Diego is real close to Vegas. We might have to roll up there.
Let you down for round number 2.
Just heckle you while you're fighting, like She sucks.
I deserve it. Yeah, I deserve it.
I may not
It's
be
okay.
in shape or anything, but I am heavy and I can weigh you down. I will use all of that bantamweightness on you.
That's okay.
man.
For what it's worth, when it comes to the car karaoke on the way to the fights, Jess definitely had the win there.
Yeah, she was killing it. She was killing
Yeah.
with the grease hits and
I
the
know 'em
Spice
all.
Girls and all that stuff.
Well, we didn't get Spice Girls. Adam was a party pooper.
Adam
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame. I think that trip took a few years off of his life, to be honest.
I feel like anytime Angela Trill comes out, he loses at least like one year of his life.
Oh yeah, Angela Trill wasn't there yet, though. I think that was good. And I'm like, I don't think I blacked out.
I don't think.
I would remember, right? If I blacked out.
Exactly.
Poor Adam. How's Hector doing? Your new husband. How's he doing through fight camp?
He's good. I haven't killed him yet. You know, he's sticking it through. You know, it's like I'm lucky. Like obviously, he totally understands how everything goes. He understands the process. He understands the highs and the lows. So yeah, it's great to have him there to support me and to help me out where I need it. And like I say, I get to punch him, so it makes things way easier.
That's always fun, right? I love it. But I do get a little jealous. Does Hector like train with you a lot as more of a teammate or like a coach figure?
He's more of like a teammate. Like we'll train together. Like the other day I grabbed him after class because I wanted to do some grappling rounds, and there wasn't many people hanging around afterwards, so I just grabbed him. I was like, "Hey, you!" and I stuck the clock on. He can't say no to me, so it's like a guaranteed training partner at least.
Yeah, that's always nice. Guaranteed safe training partner too.
Yeah, exactly. Because if he hurts me, he's the one that's got to hear about it anyway. So he's extra careful. But no, I really like yours and Adam's dynamic. So it's pretty cool to like when I'm down there to see you guys working together and everything. Like it's inspiring.
Aw, thanks. Yeah, it can be rough though, because like when they're in the coach position, I always joke with Jess, like when she gets to do pads with Adam, I'm like, why are you holding for that hoe? Or like, don't be giving her advice against me. Like you're sparring and he has to take care of other people. So like there's always that kind of selfishness, I think, that you have to put aside when they're working with the team a lot. Do you ever get that, like when Hector partners up with someone else, when he's helping someone else with their fights and stuff?
No, not really. I can see where you're coming from though, especially if you're sparring with them. Like having them coach against you would be pretty infuriating. But no, I've been pretty fortunate there. Like he's pretty good. He's great.
Yeah, good. Seems like a good guy.
I'll keep him for a while, keep him around.
Yeah, until you trade him in for a new model.
I nearly took a third dog the other day, and he was like, we haven't got room for a third dog. And I was like, well, I trade in my oldest one.
Hey,
there's always room for another dog. There's always room.
I'm just a sucker for the strays right now. Like when they haven't got somewhere to go, I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I totally get that. And I totally support it. You need another dog.
I need a bigger house. That's what I need. I'm like, the long-term goal is a bigger house so I can home all of the dogs. Hey. Right now it's too much stress.
I love it. So I got to ask, what is it like at Alpha Male? What's the atmosphere there? And what made you go to that gym specifically?
Yeah, I came out here for the first time probably in like 2016 just to try out the gym for a couple of weeks. This was back when they were at the old gym. I tried a bunch of different gyms. We did like a family holiday where we just like tried out a bunch of different gyms because we knew eventually I would need somewhere to go train because like the UK talent pool for women is very small. So I like Team Alpha Male just stylistically. Obviously, they had quite a few women when I first came, and then they had a lot of small men too. So it kind of just, it was like the tiny team. So it made sense for me to really pick this as my second home. Obviously, things have changed a lot over the years, but I'm also a very loyal person. So I've been very lucky to have, Uriah's invested a lot of time and effort into me. He's like really had my back throughout this whole journey, as have all the other coaches on the team. So I kind of it's been cool to be a part of the team and the dynamic and like see the development of the team. But right now, like the women's team's really grown. Like we have Yan, Macy, Maritza, Tina Black. We have like a bunch of girls on the mat. So it's pretty good to have that team growing, and like say everyone's got fights coming up, so it's very competitive, and yeah, it's like I love it here.
That's awesome. I always like have this image of Coach Danny probably just popping in and like something that you can just like rip off really fast and turn into Party Boy. That's like how I picture the training sessions, just like really weird and chaotic.
Yeah, he definitely has that. Yeah, he's definitely got that in him still, especially on fight trips. But no, it's kind of cool because like when I first came, like say it was very much like that, like the very stereotypical team alpha male vibe, and now they've all kind of got like their families and their kids, and it's like it's pretty cool to see the team has like grown, and I feel like it's a lot more mature around here. But obviously, we're still having fun, and it's a very competitive environment, like I mentioned. Like, everyone's constantly like trying to push each other, and yeah, it's great.
So being part of a bigger gym with so many big names, some of the complaints from other fighters at bigger gyms is there's not enough, coaching or training to go around kind of thing. How does that gym compare to that kind of mentality? And do you feel like you get, enough looks and enough attention?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I could see that that be an issue for some people. Like I feel like a couple people here have had like similar complaints, but I also think it very much comes down to the individual. I'm a very low maintenance person. Like let's say the coach, like this week it's the last week of my fight camp. My coaches are in Miami for Song and Yan, but I'm gonna get my striking with the striking coach. Like I'm grabbing partners, pulling them in, giving me specific looks for the fight. So I feel like a lot of it comes down to also like self accountability. Like you should be able to get your own work around it. Like you say, like coaches have their people too. They have other commitments. They have lives, and they have like there's only so much time in their day. But I am also aware that I'm one of the fortunate ones. Like you say, like if I need work, Faber's there. You know what I mean? Like I get multiple sessions a week with Danny. But I think that also comes with being loyal to the team and like sticking it through. Like I feel like if you invest in people, they invest in you. So I've been very lucky to build a good coaching team to where like I can get that work if I need it, but also I have that independence to get it for myself, which I feel like a lot of fighters don't have. Like they want to be handed, but not handed everything. Like obviously it's a very hard sport for everybody, but they almost want to be like babysat through it. And like, they always want to coach there. They want constant attention. Like I'm not like that. So I feel like maybe that's also why I haven't had those complaints and haven't really felt that. But as I said, like I'm also fortunate enough to get the attention from the coaches.
Well, it's also really awesome that you're allowed to go cross train at other gyms because I've heard that's also an issue too. Or even just somebody feeling safe enough to branch out and go to other gyms because there have been, injuries that happen when you're cross training.
Yeah, fortunately, my rule of thumb is if you're always injured, you can't get injured. So I just, I'm not gonna get hurt anywhere I go because I'm always hurt. But
Oh my gosh.
But no, they're very supportive. Like if I say like I need something, like they also trust me. Like, that kind of goes back to the accountability thing. Like they know that I can go somewhere and I'm gonna work my butt off. Whereas there's other fighters where they would worry about them slacking or not training as hard. Like I feel like I have that trust dynamic with my coaches to where like when I talked about going to San Diego, like Uriah was like, yeah, cool, I'm not worried about you. Like I know you're gonna go get your work and you're gonna like do what you need to do. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's one of the positives of my relationship with my coaches is that they have that trust in me and I have that trust in them. Like it goes both ways. But yeah, I'm also big on like if I feel I need to, like let's say I wanted to come down train with you and someone told me I shouldn't do it, I'm still gonna do it because like like it's my career, it's my future. Like it's I feel like MMA is a selfish sport. As they say, as much as you need your team, you also know what's best for you and your development. And like I say, I think it comes down to having like a bit of accountability. And also I just don't like people telling me like who to be friends with or who to train with or what to do. Like we're adults. So I don't allow it.
Well, you're like a lot more mature than most people your age, I feel like. Especially when it comes to fighters, you're probably more mature than most fighters twice your age. And it's kind of rare to see because a lot of people they look to other people to tell them what to do, to tell them how to train. I remember that was a big thing when we were on Tough. I was on Gilbert Melendez's team, and there was one point where everyone's just like, well, what do you want us to do? And they're like, you're adults, you're all pro fighters, like you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would be like an atmosphere where you would thrive in, where you just have your own routine, you figure out what you want to work on and you do it. Have you always been like that? Or was there like a moment where you were like, okay, I think I got this under control and I know what I need from fight camps? And then you just started doing your own thing?
Yeah, I feel like I got a lot of that from my coaching too. I actually had this conversation with Uriah last Thursday, I think it was. Like I came in for the striking pro practice. Like some of the combinations that we were doing didn't really make sense for my style, my body type, like the way that I move. So like I just kind of, I took parts of it and I just kind of made it my own and started doing like my own thing. And Uriah came over and was like, that's exactly what everyone else needs to be doing. Like everyone wants to sit and complain that something doesn't work for them. It's like, then make it work for you, or like and I feel like that's part of being a professional fighter, is like knowing what to take and what to leave, but being receptive to all forms of coaching and everything that's given to you. You know what I mean? Like some stuff's not going to work for one person, but it works for the others, and not everything can be tailored specifically to you. And I feel like all my coaches have had that same mentality. So over the years, like say, I've very much like learned to just kind of learn to like tailor stuff towards me, or do my own thing a little bit, and have a little bit of like adaptability within practices and outside of practices.
Nice. So you are on record for being, was it the first woman in the UFC to get a Von Flue choke?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So going in against a submission artist, does part of you just want to show her like, hey, I'm the better grappler than you are? Or what are you thinking going into this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's obviously like, oh, keep it on the feet, don't engage. But also I feel like, a lot of grapplers, they fight girls, and then those girls want to, like, say, do the opposite because they want to play to their strengths or to the weaknesses of their opponent. But at the same time, it's like, my strength is grappling too. So it's like, just because she's good at grappling, that doesn't all of a sudden make me bad at grappling. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not afraid to grapple with her. Obviously, like, I've been working a lot on my striking. I have options with the striking. And if that proves itself to be like the path to victory, I'm going to keep it there. But at the same time, I'm not afraid to go to the ground with her, because as you said, like, I'm confident in my own grappling skill also.
Yeah. In your last fight, your girl almost begged you not to go to the ground with you. Can you tell us about that whole moment with Cheyenne Vlismus, was it?
Yeah. I was like on the cage with Cheyenne. Like, I think I shot a double, broke, threw some strikes, reshot, and then she just goes, come on, let's just strike. That's what everybody wants. Let's just strike.
What?
And I'm like, well, you're basically just asking me to do the opposite. Like, that's like, yeah, you might as well just be like, oh, I can't beat you. So like, can you just like go to where I'm comfy? Like, I was like, I don't know. It was stupid. It did make me laugh though, because I kind of knew she was going to do something like that. So I just kind of laughed. I was like, no.
Did you actually answer
wild.
her?
Is there video of that?
I think I just laughed. I'm pretty sure I just laughed. There is a clip where you can like see she's talking, but I think they changed the angle on it. But yeah, I think it was the second round, because I remember just laughing to myself, because we knew she was gonna do that, because she talks a little bit in her fights. So like going out there, I think it was Hector was like, oh, if you're like out grappling her, like she's gonna try to like bait you into getting into a fist fight, and he's like, just don't. And I was like, yeah, I got it. So it did make me laugh when she said it.
I think the commentators heard it, because I was just like scrolling through your last fight, and I feel like they mentioned it like in the third round that, oh, she's begging her to strike with her, and now they're on the ground.
Yeah, she said it before we touched gloves too. So she said it while she was against the cage, and then as we're about to come out for the third, she was like, let's strike. And I was just like, nope.
Like I was saying before.
I was like,
in the first round.
If you heard me. I don't know if you heard me, but
I'm like, sorry to disappoint. Yeah, it was quite fun. I think that's the first time I've had like an opponent really like talk to me. So that's why I was just kind of laughing and shaking my head. I was just like, desperation. But I mean, it was fun.
Did it work at all? Did it take you out of your mindset for a split second? Or were you just like, oh, this girl is stupid?
No, if anything, it solidified it. Like, I was just like, I was like, oh, okay, well, I should definitely keep doing what I'm doing then, because clearly you're bothered by it. It's kind of the same with the Von Flue. Like, I was about to let it go, And then Granger's corner was yelling at her. They were like, let go of the head, let go of the head. And then, like, I was literally going to let go of it because I didn't think I had it. And I heard her start yelling back at her corner team. And I was like, oh, snap, she's panicking. And that's when I actually finished it. Because, like, I was ready to let it go. Because, like, I feel like it's I have a low success rate with that usually in practice. I've actually, since getting it in the fight, I've been hitting it regularly in practice. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's like my thing now, I guess. But yeah, like, I was going to let it go and abandon it. And then I heard her yell back at her corner team about how, like, she can't let it go and she's, like, choking or whatever. And I was like, oh, cool, I got it. Like, nice. So it is kind of funny. I feel like it doesn't snap me out of it. It almost, like, makes me double down on it.
Nice. It validifies everything that you're doing so far.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm doing it right. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are there any other submissions that you're dying to get in a fight that you been working on a lot in the gym?
Nothing in particular. I love I obviously, not to be a stereotype for Team Alpha Male, but I do love guillotines and chokes and stuff. Couldn't get Angie with it though, so clearly not that good.
Your little T-Rex arms were so annoying. Your little baby reach arms get around the neck so fast. I was just like, ah! I would love to see you hit a guillotine, because then I'd be really proud of myself for not getting caught in it.
Okay, perfect. I'll remember that one just for you. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind collecting some more records. So I'm like, I don't know if someone's hit, like, I'm trying to think of some funky moves, like maybe some twisters or something for the women. I don't know what's been hit yet, but maybe we just keep adding to the records.
Yeah. Get like
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think what's weird. What's a weird submission? Jess, you would know. What's a weird one?
So
that we
mine,
request?
the one that I've always wanted to get is a gogo plata. That's
okay.
like the move that I practice all the time. My body has wanted to do it since I was a white belt, and so I do it all the time in training. And it's the one move that I'm dying to get in a fight. It would be amazing.
Ooh.
I'm not quite built for that, but I really hope that you get that.
Oh man.
I'll leave that one for you.
We need a little arm move. What's a little arm move?
That's what I'm like, I can grab next. Like, that's pretty much all I've got.
Yeah, she's got like that T-Rex grip.
Yeah, any variation of like a 5-10 finger, like any variation would be amazing.
The standing 10
and get like
is a nice one.
You should get a wrist lock too. You go for a wrist lock. I swear.
Do you think that would work in MMA because of the padding and the wraps?
In certain positions it would. I think in like a guard position, or even if you had somebody like around the back and they were trying to fight your neck off, you could like get it in some sneaky positions.
Okay, I'll get to work on that. I've got 10 days to get it down.
That's
once you start like getting them, you'll see them everywhere.
Me and Jenna always debate about that, because I feel like the tape and the padding and the fact that like MMA fighters will just fight through anything, including broken faces and hands and stuff. We always debate about whether wrist lock would work in MMA, and I feel like it wouldn't, just because we're too
There's
dumb
one
to
wrist
stop
lock,
fighting.
and it's when you're on top side control, you can wrist lock their far arm when you're
when they push on the shoulder, like that one, or
that one,
yeah,
or even like lower if they're pushing at if they're trying to like shrimp out and push out their hip, you can collect it that way. But yeah, I feel like that would be a good one for MMA.
Okay, perfect. You heard it here, folks. We're gonna wrist lock for MMA.
Bam!
You should drop the instructional real quick.
Yeah, just for you.
Thank you. Game plan.
Nice.
But yeah, that'd be a fun one.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I think we gotta let you get back to training, right? You're on a tight schedule.
Yeah, I'm covering Uriah's no-gi class, but I'm also gonna train in it. So we're gonna do wrist locks tonight, and then we're just gonna roll for an hour.
Wrist locks and guillotines, I love it.
Wrist locks and guillotines only.
I love it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for popping on. Hope you have a great rest of the camp. Can't wait to see you again over here after you're done, so you can help me with my camp.
Definitely.
And yeah, have fun out in Vegas.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. I miss you guys.
Oh,
see you next time. Hopefully I'll be cleared for barefoot training next time.
Perfect. Fingers crossed.
Just for OnlyFans. Yeah, just for our OnlyFans. The wiki feed is going up. It's going up, man.
I got some 4 stars. You know, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
Oh, girl. That's
That's
nice.
Jessica will elevate your wiki feet score. Me, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't think they like the two-tone.
They're underrated. They are
feet.
underrated.
They
don't
are. They're
know.
great, right? I like
People-
them.
Amazing.
People don't know what they're
5
missing.
stars.
Thanks, guys. My feet
Okay.
feel really special now. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. Okay. Well,
right.
good to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Goodbye. Have a
Bye.
great
Bye.
training.
Oh my gosh, I love her. I wish
She's
she lived
awesome.
closer or she would come down more often. She's
I
just
know,
such good
right?
energy in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really fun to train with. Super safe training partner, but very skilled, very talented. I feel like just her mindset is gonna give her a really high ceiling in the sport because she's starting in super young. She knows what she wants out of it. She knows how to get it. Like, it takes so long for people to figure that out. Like, it took me forever to figure out, like, oh, I actually have some control over what I'm learning and how I'm getting better. And it's cool to see young fighters come in and already get into that point.
Yeah, it sounds like she's in a really good place to like cultivate and hone her skills. And yeah, I mean, I always hear great things about Alpha Male. Seems like a really fun place to train.
Yeah, I really want to go out there just to like experience the Uriah Faber effect. He seems like just walking Zoloft. Like, it just seems like
Right?
everything about him is so positive. Like, the sun follows him with a smile on his face when he walks into the door. Like, yeah, I don't know. He just seems like a very positive, fun, and energy kind of guy.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well, this has been another Two Straws.
See y'all next time.
Bye.